I got quiet.
Good evening. Hello. Don't make me use a librarian deal. Someone else can do that for me. Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Central Library. I'm Bailey Elke. I'm the director of the Multnomah County Library. And before we get started, if I assume the chair will indulge me, I want you to raise your hand if you have a library card. There we go. There we go. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. So welcome to Central Library, but more importantly, welcome to the swearing-in ceremony for our new chair, Jessica Vega Peterson. In just a minute, I'm going to turn the podium over to Paul Lumley, but I'd first like to acknowledge the land upon which tonight's swearing-in takes place. Multnomah County is named after the Multnomah tribe from this area and is honored to carry their name. Our county also acknowledges the land we occupy as residents is that the land we occupy as residents is unceded indigenous land. Due to efforts to annihilate indigenous peoples from lands and history, many tribes and nations who lived, hunted, and fished in what is now Multnomah County in Oregon are not remembered. Multnomah County also acknowledges the history of the Portland metro area as a destination site for the Indian Relocation Act of 1956, which coerced Native people to leave their homes on tribal land and assimilate into the dominant culture. Because of this history, Multnomah County is home to the 9th largest urban indigenous population in the United States and will continue to work in solidarity to uplift the collective power, leadership, creativity, and wisdom of indigenous communities in the county and beyond. In remembering these communities, we seek to honor their legacy, their lives, and their descendants. Now, I am pleased to welcome MC Paul Lumley to kick off our program. As an Indigenous leader, Paul's career has taken him to top federal agencies such as the U.S. Department of Defense and the National American Indian Housing Council. He is the current Chief Executive Officer of the Native American Youth and Family Center, where he works with a dedicated team to address the challenges facing the 9th largest urban Native community in the U.S. Paul is recognized as a leader who strives to find creative and innovative ways to solve some of the toughest challenges in urban Indigenous communities. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you so much for that beautiful land acknowledgement. On behalf of Jessica Vega-Peterson, the new Multnomah County Chair, I want to thank you all for being here tonight. It's going to be a short ceremony, only about 30 minutes. Afterwards, we're going to have some refreshments, and you're welcome to stick around and enjoy the celebration. Now, it's my pleasure to welcome our first speaker, Kelly Thornlad, who has been a frequent collaborator of Jessica's, especially in the shared work to build successful coalitions to pass and implement Multnomah County's groundbreaking universal preschool program called Preschool for All, which welcomed its first cohort of more than 600 students this fall. Congratulations. So Kelly Thornlad currently serves as the CEO of Children's Institute, which awarded Jessica Vega-Peterson their prestigious Alexander Award in 2021 in recognition for her long history of successful advocacy on behalf of children and families. Kelly has been the co-founder and executive director of Kairos PDX, a culturally specific organization dedicated to eliminating gaps for educational opportunities and achievements for historically underserved children. Through that work, Kelly has a long track record of working to transform early child learning and healthy development for children and families in Oregon. This has included serving on the chair of the board for Portland Community College, serving on Governor Brown's Early Learning Council, and serving on the board at the James F. and Marion L. Miller Foundation based here in Portland, Oregon. Klee has also worked on educational strategies in the mayor's office in the city of Portland and the Oregon Department of Education. Please help me welcome Klee to say a few words.
All right, good evening, everyone. Today is a historic day. We have our first ever elected Latina chair of Multnomah County. This is not a small thing, and I am so excited to be part of the ceremony that swears her in. I see so many familiar faces in this room, so many people who I know have shown commitment to Multnomah County, commitment to your community, and we are all in this together. I want you to look to the person to your right and look to the person to your left and say, we are in this together. Many of you have heard me discuss this concept of Ubuntu, this idea of our shared humanity, that I am who I am because of who we all are. And it's this idea of shared humanity that is critical in a time such as this, because we know that a lot of people, a lot of humans are hurting right now. And when we look at our county, the need is palpable. We see the issues of homelessness and houselessness. We see the issues of mental health and public safety. And though we can't always see it viscerally, we also know there are issues with our elders and with our children. in our population. And we know that these needs are greater for our children and communities of color and those who are furthest from opportunity, our low-income individuals. So it takes leaders like Chair Vega Peterson to begin to change the tide for our community, to begin to lead us in a trajectory in our humanity where all people can thrive. Leaderships of systems like the Sun system, like Preschool for All, our public health systems, it is critical that they succeed right now. They are essential, and they are one of many county services that I think are glue that hold our community together. And it's easy to get caught up in press that criticizes, and I'm saying this because I was part of Preschool for All, and ignore the fact that 600 children and growing are being served by this program that at the time, Commissioner Vega Peterson led as a coalition. So there are good things happening in our community, and it's up to each and every one of you here today to continue the narrative about what is happening, how we are doing work together to create change for our community. The dedication, the commitment, the time will never fully be captured by our press, but we know that it's happening, and we know that we have a leader coming in that can bring us even to greater fruition here. A Yale neuroscientist said the other day, I was listening to her on a panel, and she said that what we are seeing with children in particular and their mental health and their social emotional well-being is not just a behavioral health crisis, it's a public health crisis. It's something we all need to double down on. When the youngest in our communities are hurting, all of us will feel the impact of that. And Chair Vega Peterson's commitment to children gives me so much hope in what is possible, not just today, but for our future community. And that's what matters at the end of the day. Jessica has a long track record of collaboration and partnership. She is an instigator for partnership. She is not a lone wolf, doesn't operate that way. Collaboration, togetherness, all of this is what we need in leadership today and now, and we exemplify Ubuntu when we live and we lead that way. So, today I want to say cheers and congratulations to incoming Chair Jessica Vega Peterson for her tremendous leadership, for her intentionality in leaning into our shared humanity, and her dedication to advance equity, access, safety, health, and well-being for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Kali. Next, I'd like to welcome up Lisha Sharisha, who is an amazing community partner. If I can find my notes. The final speaker for tonight is going to be, for the swearing in, is a great community partner, Lisha Sharisha, who brings 16 years of local and international community development work experience in her role as an executive director of Division Midway Alliance. She has previously worked at ERCO and the City of Portland New Portland program, Elders in Action. At present, she is also pursuing her doctoral degree at Portland State University. Her involvement in the diverse community of Portland brought her recognition in the form of the PSU Diversity Award in 2015 and Community Leader of this Year Spirit Award in 2017. She is passionate about transforming the needs of individuals and communities into opportunities for economic prosperity. Lisha's leadership, vision, and dedication to her Midway community is bringing positive change to the community in many ways. In just over 4 years, Lisha has progressed DMA by diversifying the board, hiring local community members on staff, and growing the organization financially. Her commitment to strong community partnerships resulted in securing an office building for the organization in 2022. Lisha's focus on community is resulting in transformational change for the area. Lisha, please come on up tonight.
I think I'll stand on the side because this podium is a little bit higher for me. Okay. I think this is good enough. Okay. Thank you, Paul, for the introduction. First, I would like to congratulate our new county chair, Jessica Vega Peterson. Let's welcome her to the county. I feel honored to be here and share about our meaningful partnership with Chair JVP and her team for the past 5 years. She has been a kind of leader who is always available to listen to community needs and someone who finds immense joy in seeing community succeed. I remember our first meeting where she shared with me the importance of strong female leadership for the East Portland community. And she also encouraged me how I can contribute in my role. She has been very attentive on when and how her community needs her support. I remember her participation and speech at Division Midway Alliance first community visioning session where she made our newcomer community, refugee and immigrant community feel welcome and also made aware the kind of advocacy work the Multnomah County has been doing for the non-English speaking and diverse community members who live in East Portland. I have observed that she highly values the community's social and cultural identity and firmly believes that as a crucial element of placemaking and community building. And these values reflected well in her actions. Her office would reach out to me if we need any help with organizing our annual event, Festival of Nations, or yearly cleanup event, or vaccination cleaning outreach to local businesses. Her team would reach out to us even before we make any request. And that shows how amazing team that she has laid on for the past 5 years. She had, her team would reach out to us if we need any information, if we are able to access any information or not. And she and her team have always shown up at our event and lent a hand of support. When DMA was at risk of being displaced earlier this year, it was her and her team member, Hayden, who visited our office and helped us identify some potential solutions. It feels empowering seeing an elected official showing deep concern, the same as you, about the community's well-being. Eventually, we purchased the building that we have been renting for the past 5-6 years. However, as an emerging nonprofit, we were looking for additional funding to pay off the loan and add some safety infrastructure. It was through her office we learned about the Multnomah County Capital Fund. It is my pleasure to share that we have been awarded the grant, and this is a very huge moment for us. With this grant, our community and our organization will find some stability. The DMA community is planning and working on building a community business hub in the near future, and we would like to collaborate with Chair JVP on this. I believe this is possible under strong and visionary leadership of Chair JVP, sorry, I keep her because that's how I'm used to saying, like Commissioner JVP, so now Chair JVP. So I would like to thank Chair JVP and her amazing team for being with us along this journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alicia. Really appreciate your comments and congratulations on your big contract. That's great. Next, well, in a few minutes, I'm going to welcome up the amazing Justice Adrienne Nelson to swear in Jessica as the Multnomah County Chair. But first, a few words about her amazing background. Justice Adrienne Nelson was appointed to the Oregon Supreme Court on January 2nd, 2018, making her the first black person to sit at the state's highest court in any appellate state court. But wait, there's more. Her election to a 6-year term in November 2018 made her the first black woman elected statewide in Oregon. In 2006, she was appointed as a trial judge of Multnomah County Circuit Court in Portland, Oregon, making her the second black female judge in the state of Oregon. Justice Nelson is a sought-after speaker on a variety of topics, including diversity, equity, and inclusion, community engagement, leadership, and professional development. Throughout her career, Justice Nelson has been involved in many national, state, local, and specialty bar associations, often serving in a leadership capacity. She is currently the chair of the Oregon Supreme Court Council on Inclusion and Fairness, the American Bar Association Diversity and Inclusion Center, and the Diversity of Inclusion Advisory Council. In the community, she sits on the Oregon Historical Society Board of Trustees, the Literary Arts Board of Directors, the Reed College Board of Trustees of Oregon, the Community Foundation Portland Leadership Council, where she chairs the Connection to the Black Communities Committee. She also sits on the Girl Scouts Beyond the Bars Advisory Board, which she formerly chaired. I don't know how you do all that. Is there just one of you? Okay, just one. Okay. In addition, Justice Nelson serves as a mentor to many people. She is often recognized by a wide variety of community and professional organizations for her service and mentorship to others. Justice Nelson is a connector and encourager, helping people succeed by living their best lives. Please help me welcome Justice Adrienne Nelson and Multnomah County Chair Jessica Vega Peterson to come up here and join us for the swearing-in ceremony.
So we have tape. So we've got to sit.
Oh, we have to stand. Oh.
We have to stand.
We got a mark. We got to hit our
We
marks.
have a mark, yes. So it is, well, first of all, thank you, Paul, for those wonderful words. And it's wonderful to be here tonight. I think my unofficial role is the swearing-in of elected officials. I told them this is my oath week. But it's a pleasure to be here. I've watched Jessica grow in her leadership over the years. I first met her when she was a state representative, and then she went on the county commissioners, and now she's chair. So it's just an honor to be here and for this historic day as the first Latina chair of the Multnomah County. So, if you will raise your right hand and make the following pledge as you assume this new position. And let me get the paperwork, because we gotta make sure it's all official. I'll ask you to repeat after me. Say "I" in your name.
I, Jessica Vega Peterson,
Do affirm that I will faithfully execute
do affirm that I will faithfully execute
the office of Chair of Multnomah County
the office of Chair of Multnomah County
and will, to the best of my abilities,
and will, to the best of my abilities,
act in faithful service
act in faithful service
to the people of Multnomah County
to the people of Multnomah County
during my tenure.
during my tenure.
Based on the powers invested in me by the state of Oregon, I pronounce you sworn in as chair.
Thank you all so much. Thank you, first of all, to Justice Nelson. If you ever decided to take a vacation during the first week of January, I don't know what elected officials would do. But thank you so much for your faithful service to Oregon and for being here tonight to help swear me in. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful to Paul and Leisha and Kali and Bailey for your roles here tonight and for all you do for our Multnomah County community. Thank you so much. I am also so grateful to be here tonight at this moment. You can ask my family, who's taking up the entire front row, but I don't get overly emotional about stuff, but I have to say I am really overwhelmed right now in this moment to look around this room and to see so many people that I have worked with over the years, so many people who are really invested in the success of our community and building an equitable place here, and it just means so much. So thank you so much for your presence. So during my campaign for Multnomah County Chair, I often talked about the fact that Multnomah County is at a critical juncture. We know this to be true as we emerge from the COVID-19 pandemic into a city remade by protest, by homelessness, by economic disparity, and the increasing need for a social fabric that cares for the most vulnerable. That's what Multnomah County does. Cares for the most vulnerable with integrity and with commitment. Multnomah County also meets people at many critical junctures in their lives and helps them find support, resources, ease, and abundance. To do all that, it is a unique and critical position that the county chair holds. My job is to make sure that our county dollars and priorities are spent caring for people, the most people, at the most critical times in their lives. This is a role that I know not only take so seriously, but it's one that I feel called to assume, and am grateful to assume at this moment in Multnomah County. We have a lot of work to do, a lot of hard work, but that is a good thing, because I feel hope and optimism about what's possible, because I know that these times require the very values that our community holds in abundance. We have the desire to care for each other. We're invested in solving big problems so our community can thrive. We are committed to equity. We are committed to fairness. We want to work together to achieve what we know is possible. And we're passionate about this place that we devotedly call home. When I look at our society in the United States, I see too many systems that are built to break people's spirits. We live in a country where income inequality is the highest that it's been since the Great Depression, where gun violence has overtaken car accidents as the #1 killer for young people, where many of us don't feel that they can care for themselves and their families, where life expectancy is falling along with birth rates. At Multnomah County, we make a commitment to meet our community members where they are at and to walk beside them. This is the same work that led me to run for office in the first place, so I could walk alongside the parents in my East Portland community as we put in sidewalks and speed cameras and infrastructure to make our neighborhoods safer. I still live in that same house in East Portland and have spent my time as a legislator and as a commissioner continuing to walk alongside members of my community in ways that are inclusive, responsive, and prioritize those that are most in need. This commitment is grounded in my strong belief in the importance of giving everyone the opportunity to succeed. Everyone deserves a fair chance at life. When people ask me what led me to public service, I often share this story. My mom, who I'm so thankful is here today, she is one of 9 children from a loving Mexican-American family. And in 4th grade, she took a standardized test along with every other 4th grader in her school district that measured aptitude and intelligence. And my mom received the highest score of every single child who took that test this year. And I remember how proud I was when she told me that story for the first time. But then she went on to explain that she didn't even know that she had that score until she was in high school talking to a guidance counselor. He was looking at her transcript and saw that piece of information and asked her why she wasn't on the college prep track in high school. She didn't have an answer for that because she didn't know about her own potential, and I doubt neither did her parents. I am not alone in having a family story like this. When she told me this story, it broke my heart, but it made me so angry. And it made me realize just how much our systems are not set up so that children like my mom, brown and black children, children who are girls, children growing up in poverty, so that they succeed. Hearing that story kicked off a drive in me that has been an impetus for much of the work that I've done as an elected official and that I'm committed to championing as the Multnomah County Chair. It is with this lens that I will continue to work collaboratively with leaders at the cities, neighboring counties, Metro, the state, to tackle our biggest challenges. With so many issues to prioritize right now, our biggest leadership opportunity is in how we work together. We have a chance to reset relationships between cities and the county and between the state and the county, and I intend to do just that. I will be a Multnomah County Chair whose door is open, who works collaboratively, not just with my fellow commissioners, two of whom are here today. Thank you so much, Commissioner Jayapal and Commissioner Stegman. Oh, and Commissioner Rosenbaum, newly elected, or newly appointed. But also with the many others leaders whose work touches ours, whose work complements and amplifies the work that we do at the county. I will be a chair ready to listen, to ask questions, and to use collaborative decision-making to set priorities that will move us all forward. And this moment provides us with huge opportunities to set a big table and to invite everyone to sit around it with us, a practice that has already begun at Multnomah County and one that I am committed to following through on and expanding. Because if we are going to create the systems that don't break people's spirits, we need to be sure that those people are involved in what we're creating. And I've done this as I've solved big problems in the past. Problems like how to provide universal preschool to every child in Multnomah County, or how to collaboratively site shelters in neighborhoods. I want to make sure that the tables we set are filled with people our policies will most impact and whose lives those policies have the most chance to transform. As a Latina, as a mother, as a proud resident of East Portland, I have experienced bias and discrimination. Of course, I have had challenges that I've overcome. We all have those. One of the wisest guidance I know for life reflects that. Treat others always with kindness because everyone you meet is fighting a battle. This has proven true over and over again for me and the people I've met with who seem to have everything together, who are so accomplished, but who are also carrying the burdens of illness, abuse, or loss. A few weeks ago, when we were working to use unexpected funds outside our normal budget to invest $16.2 million to target housing and houselessness, decisions designed to prevent an estimated 3,400 individuals and families from becoming unhoused, we spent hours hearing testimony from those community members most impacted. There were many important takeaways that day, including one of our houseless neighbors who said, "I am not camping when I am out there. Camping, you leave on Friday, you come back Sunday. I'm out there surviving. That is not camping, that is living." I think people need to be dealt with on the human level, on the heart level. That is what I believe too. People should be seen and heard on the human level, on the heart level. As we go forward in this work together, I will continue to prioritize ways of working together that brings us closer to that opportunity and that reality. I want to thank you all for being here tonight. I also have to make sure that I thank my incredible team who was a big part of making this whole evening happen. First of all, thank you to the Multnomah County Library in Bailey for hosting tonight. This is just really incredible. It was important to me that we use this beautiful county space in the heart of downtown Portland because this is where we are at. This is the heart of the work that we do, and I'm so proud to be here. I also want to thank the team that has been with me for the last several years, Chris and Hayden and Olivia. Yay! I also want to thank and introduce the folks who will be joining my team, either already or in the next couple weeks. Sarah, Stacy, Lakeitha, and Lynn. I'm so excited to have you here. And of course, I have to thank my family. They're such an important part of my life. I want to thank my sister Natalie, her husband Aaron, my niece and nephew Scout and Jude, who are here tonight, who came down from Seattle just to be here tonight, who missed a half day of school just to be here, which I'm sure was tough. My father and my mother, thank you so much for everything that you have done. You are really the reason that I do this, and I know that my sisters do what we do as well. I want to thank my other sister, Lauren, Zachary, and Vega, who are here, and my Aunt Claudia, who is here. So such a huge part of the family. And then I have to thank, because I literally always forget to thank them, my daughter, Deborah, my son, Xander, and my husband, Aaron, who is so amazing, who allows me to do, not allows, but you know, like enables me to do the work that I do. And also, I will wrap up my comments because he's got an MRI tonight at 7:45 for his attendance, so we will wrap it up quickly. And I also want to thank the incredible people from Multnomah County. I know many of you are here tonight. I am so excited and proud to work with all of you, and especially, as I mentioned before, my board members and the commissioners that are here. I want to thank everyone who is in this room. As I said at the beginning, you are here because you believe in our county, you believe in what we are able to do together, and you're willing to put your time, energy, and life into making this a better place. And that is the work that we have in front of us, but it is work I am so excited to do in partnership with all of you. I believe in this opportunity before us. I'm excited for the next 4 years. And so thank you again, and let's get to work.
So you're welcome to stick around and celebrate with us. There's refreshments over here. If there are any press in the audience that would like to interview with Chair Jessica Vega Peterson, please work with Julie Sullivan Springhetti from Multnomah County Office of Communications. Let's have a great evening, everybody. Thank you.